Morning. I know you guys haven't seen me on the live for a while, but I got a content for you guys. Happy Wednesday. I've been extremely busy, guys, so that's why you guys don't really see me in the morning that much. I know that some of you guys are looking out for the content for me to come live, but at this point in time, guys, I'm extremely busy. So when I do come, I do come. I told you guys to watch the shorts and watch the videos now and then when I drop a content or two. But nevertheless, guys, don't forget to turn on your notification bell. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like the videos. When you like the videos, you send me out in the algorithm and people can know that the channel is here and that this channel exists. Okay, guys? At the end of the day, I want to say happy Wednesday. I hope everything is going on well so far. It's in the middle of the week. So nevertheless, guys, happy Wednesday. Never be afraid to try something new. If you never do, you will never know. Happy Wednesday, guys. So let's unpack the story quick and fast, guys. We know we're living in a world, and we're living in a serious world and a dangerous world where kids nowadays days can't be kids. Or nowadays days, kids are preyed upon. Or not nowadays days, kids nowadays days are doing terrible stuff and a lot of stuff they will say doing adult stuff and dangerous stuff. Now people were all the way in Miami. 3 suspect ages 12, 13 and 15 arrested in rape of 12-year-old girl in Miami. So we'll just say grape and sum it up right there. The 3 suspect aged 12 and 13 and 15 were initially arrested after the alleged rape that happened on June 18, 2025. But records show 2 of them, the 12-year-old and the 13-year-old, were booked into Metro West Detention Center and face adult charges. So right now they're charging them adult charges and giving them adult sentencing, okay? Not only that, in this bizarre situation, we heard that this happened in the back garden. We also heard that while they were doing their situation, 2 was holding down the little girl and 1 ended up putting rocks in her mouth. So that's how serious this crime is, guys. So I just came to unpack it tremendously and unpack this content quick and fast so you guys could understand what's happening when it comes to this content. So let's get into it, guys. 3 young suspects are facing charges in the rape of a 12-year-old girl at a community garden in Miami last year, police said. The 3 suspects aged 12, 13, and 15 were initially arrested after the alleged rape that happened in June 18, 2025. But the records show 2 of them, the 12-year-old and the 13-year-old, were booked into Metro West Detention Center on Thursday to face adult charges. Do you think that they should have upgraded charges to adult charges, or you think they should have kept it because they're young children? Both 12-year-old and 13-year-old appeared in adult court Friday, where a judge ordered them held without bond until their next court appearance. Records show the 15-year-old had a hearing in adult court scheduled for Friday. According to the arrest reports, the 12-year-old is charged with aggravated battery and false imprisonment. The 13-year-old charged with sexual battery and by a minor and kidnapping. And the 15-year-old is charged with sexual battery, false imprisonment, and conduct with a child and a less serious conduct with a child. According to the arrest reports, the victim said she was leaving a friend's house on Northwest 3rd Avenue when she saw the 3 suspects and witness. She said the 13-year-old grabbed her and took her to the Green Haven Project at 1160 Northwest 2nd Avenue, a community garden in Overtown. All right? The girl said she was screaming as the 13-year-old took her to a couch in the garden as the other 2 suspects and witness followed. The report said he sexually battered her as the other 2 suspects assisted. The report said the witness didn't participate. The girl told investigators the 13-year-old stomped when they heard her father calling her name and they ran off. Detective interviewed the witness who confirmed the victim's story and said he didn't intervene because he was outnumbered and was afraid of getting beat up, the report said. The Green Haven Project said in a statement Friday that they were deeply saddened and disturbed by the tragic incident that occurred on our premises. While the individual involved are minors, all right? We condemn this behavior, such as conduct, completely contrary to the values of safety, respect, and the community that our organization works diligently to uphold. We support the appropriate legal process and the accountability in this matter, the statement read. The GHP maintains security measures, including fencing and protecting barriers, and we are fully cooperating with the law enforcement as they continue in their investigation, they said. So, guys, this is a serious case and all of that. Not only that, guys, they also claim that in this whole situation and this whole story, there was also rocks put in her mouth for her to stop screaming and hollering. Okay, I want to get to the other part of this story quick and fast, because like I said, I haven't been on live for a while. I've been just busy, but like I said, I always want to give you guys a great story, but sometimes I am not around in the morning time to give you guys that story. So now I'm giving you guys a story because like I said, I am home now and I'm trying to give you guys a story as I see them, or if it's greatly for me to come and come and unpack the story to you guys in a manner where you guys could understand the story and stuff like that. So like I said, guys, this is a sad story. And it's not a good look story, but this ended up happening, like I said, actually in Miami and stuff like that. Okay. And in the same story, guys, like I said, it's alleged that they also put rocks in her mouth for her to stay quiet and stuff like that. All right. It was 3 of them did this horrific crime. One of them didn't intervene. One of them didn't participate, but they were there at the scene. So, you know, once you're there at a scene, then you know you're part of the gang rape or you're part of the alleged rape, so to speak. I want to give you guys, 1 second. I want to give you guys, the audio. Okay. 1 second. She's also 12 years old, right? And it's so sad that the other kids are 12, 13 and 15 years old. And I'm telling you, it's not a good look, guys. So I want to get into the story some more. Okay. And I'm going to show you guys some of what I find very disturbing. So now, 1 second, because it's best for me to get into the story. All right. So now I am going to read some other part about it. So the mother of 12-year-old Josiah Jones shouted outside of the court hearing Monday after her son, along with 2 other boys, were recently charged as adults. All right. I'm also going to give you guys the audio. All right. So just give me some second. Also going to give you guys the audio. So remember, there was a court. Remember, this is going on quite so. All right. These kids are small children, 12, 13, and 15, and they're trying them as adult. All right. So let's carry on. Miami, the mother of a 12-year-old Josiah Jones, shouted outside of the court hearing Monday after her son, along with 2 other boys, were recently charged as adults in the case involving rape of a 12-year-old girl. It's not true. He's only effing 12, she said. The victim mother told Local 10 past weekend in the phone interview that she wants justice for her daughter. I don't care if they get 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years, 100 years. I'm going to always feel like it's not enough, she said. Miami police said that the girl was leaving a friend home when she encountered the boys near a community garden in Miami Overtown neighborhood. Investigator alleged 13-year-old Nelson raped her while 12-year-old Jones and Xavier Tyson, who was 14 at the time, restrained her. Authorities said Jones put rocks in the girl's mouth to stop her from screaming. All 3 boys are being charged as adults. An arrest report stated that the sexual assault lasted about 30 minutes and ended only when the victim's father called her name. The court Monday attorney for Jones and Newlands entered not guilty plea, requested that jury trials and invoke discovery require prosecutor to turn over all evidence. They also argue that Jones and Nunzi should not be held in an adult jail. At the point, you have 13-year-old kid sitting in jail. My co-counsel and I will both be fighting hard to get our clients out of jail, said Benjamin, the lawyer. Jones' father, Marvin Jones, said the allegation against his son are false. A young black man that was visiting Miami, It was with the wrong two kids at 15 and a 14-year-old. My son is 12 years old and has a father that takes care of him. He said these allegations are bogus. All right? So now, guys, we want to get into the story some more and get into the news rather some more so you guys could understand the story. It's a troubling story, but some days, sometimes, you know, wrong place at the wrong time, and sometimes our children have to be mindful of the group of children that they hang out with. So let's get into it.
Running high with one of the families of the boy being charged as an adult.
Okay, so we're gonna back it up and give you guys some more audio.
The report was brief today, but afterwards, emotions were running high with one of the families of the boys being charged as an adult. That's the mother of 12-year-old Josiah Jones screaming at anyone who would listen after today's court hearing as her son faces charges as an adult in a case involving the rape of a 12-year-old girl.
I don't care if they get 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years, 100 years. Guess what? I'm going to always feel like, as a mother, as a woman, I'm going to always feel like it's not enough.
The girl's mother speaks.
Could you imagine? So the mother of the children, them are very upset. And she's like, nah, man. She don't care how many years that these kids get. They knew exactly what they were doing at the time when the crime occurred. All right? Not only that, guys, just imagine that they charge them as adults. All right? So I want to get into the audio so you guys could hear the audio for you guys self and see if this really makes sense for you guys. All right? 1 second. So this is, everybody's talking about this case. I don't know if you guys saw this case, heard about this case, but this case is like primetime news out here right now with this story. So let's get into the audio gravely, all right?
Now to a disturbing safety alert, a 12-year-old girl allegedly raped by 3 teenagers who are all being charged as adults. Local 10's Magdalena Luisa is live in Miami with distressing details. Magdalena.
Janice, you know, this alleged crime happened in June, but it wasn't until this week a grand jury said these minors need to be charged as adults. This is why we are showing you their faces. Now, the details in this alleged crime are very disturbing. We want to warn you. 2 middle school age boys and a 15-year-old boy are facing serious charges as adults in connection to a rape case involving a 12-year-old girl.
So you're 12 years old? You're 13 years old?
Police say the co-defendants Nelson Nunez, Josiah Jones, and Xavier Tyson all played a part in the crime that took place in an Overtown community garden in June.
You were indicted by a grand jury and transferred to from juvenile court to adult court. That's why you are here.
Police reports say the victim was leaving her friend's house when 13-year-old Nelson Nunez grabbed her, forced her on a Greenhaven community garden, and raped her, while 12-year-old Josiah Jones and Xavier Tyson, who was 14 at the time, restrained her. Police say Jones put rocks in her mouth to stop her from screaming. The victim says it went on for about 30 minutes, and the boys stopped when they heard her father calling her name. We've learned from the founders of the community garden Greenhaven project, telling Local 10 the situation has been very saddening. They say the garden is closed off to the public outside of normal operating hours, and on that day, a construction company cut the side gate, which allowed for anyone to enter the garden. The organization said it extended support to the victim, adding, "We will always be here to support in the best way possible, and that our extension of love and resources will always be available to the victim and her family, which we very much cared for." Both the 12 and 13-year-old are at the West Detention Center, both of them being held there without bond. As far as Xavier Taylor, the 15-year-old, we have not seen that he has seen a judge just yet, but when he does, we'll update you on what happens there. And we have also reached out to everyone involved in this case, their representatives, and that includes the victim in this case, and we have not heard back from anyone just yet. We're live in Miami. I'm Magdalena Luisa, Local 10 News.
Wow. So that's the situation, guys. That's the story. It's troubling and disturbing, guys. But what can we say? Now we're gonna move. The 12-year-old boy remained jailed, you know, in the rape case situation, okay, and stuff like that. Father calls the charges of the son are bogus and stuff like that. So let's get into that, okay?
Apparently, you can go
One
from
second.
0 to a complete site.
Today, but afterwards, emotions were running high with one of the families of the boys being charged as an adult. That's the mother of 12-year-old Josiah Jones screaming at anyone who would listen after today's court hearing as her son faces charges as an adult in a case involving the rape of a 12-year-old girl.
I don't care if they get 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years, 100 years. Guess what? I'm going to always feel like as a mother, as a woman, I'm going to always feel like it's not enough.
The girl's mother speaking to Local 10 recently saying she just wants justice for her daughter. According to police, the girl was leaving a friend's home when she encountered the boys near a community garden in Overtown. Investigators allege 13-year-old Nelson Nunez raped her, while 12-year-old Josiah Jones and Xavier Tyson, who was 14 at the time, restrained her. Police say Jones put...
So do you guys believe that they even put rocks in her mouth, guys? Even put rocks in her mouth.
rocks in her mouth to stop her from screaming. All three boys are being charged as adults. The victim says it went on for about 30 minutes, and the boys stopped when they heard her father calling her name. In court today, attorneys for two of the three boys arrested in this case formally entered not guilty pleas, requested jury trials, and invoked discovery requiring prosecutors to turn over all evidence. They also argued their clients, Jones and Nunez, should not be in adult jail.
At this point, you know, you have a 13-year-old kid sitting in jail, and me and I think my co-counsel, the lawyer for the co-defendant, we both will be fighting hard to get our clients out of jail.
As for Jones's father, he tells us the allegations against his son are not true.
A young black man that was visiting Miami and was with the wrong two kids, a 15 and a 14-year-old. My son is 12 years old and has a father that takes care of him. These allegations are bogus.
The judge did schedule a status hearing for March 18th. We'll continue to stay on top of this case and update you with any new developments. For now, reporting live in Miami, I'm Isabella Martin, Local 10 News.
Oh, John, no. So do you guys hear this? So he's there visiting and end up in the wrong crowd at the time. Guys, this is serious. This is terrible. But what can we say? So family members of the boys accused of the horrific crime came out and have a lot to say. We're going to get to that part as well, but let's get to what this case details some more, okay?
The young boys accused in connection with the sexual assault of a young girl will remain behind bars. A judge made that decision today with the suspect's family present. CBS News Miami's Tanya Francois is in the newsroom with the latest. Tanya.
That's right, Naja. 3 boys are charged in connection with the rape of a 12-year-old girl. There was a hearing for 2 of the boys today. They were not in court, but their lawyers were. One of the boys' fathers was also there, all of them saying they are not guilty.
This is a 12-year-old boy we're talking about. We're going to leave him in jail and put a life charge on a young man, a young black man that was visiting Miami. It was with the wrong 2 kids.
Marvin Jones's son, Josiah, is charged with battery and false imprisonment, charges related to the rape of a 12-year-old girl. A police report says the victim says his son, Josiah, held her down and put rocks in her mouth to stop her from screaming for help.
Me and the lawyer for the co-defendant in the case, we pled our clients not guilty. We requested trials by jury.
Okay, so all of those tough people. So do you guys believe this case that these children did all of this? You guys believe all of this, that all of these kids did all of this? Do you guys think that the mom and dad should be locked up for neglect and all of that? I am not sure. All of these kind of things, guys, when you think about it. The family member of these boys came out and have a few things to say. So let's get into it quick and fast.
This story is very disturbing.
The details
are disturbing.
Very disturbing.
Disturbing. I think horrific is a better word. Unthinkable? Regardless, you get the point. Because of its disturbing nature, this was a story I wasn't going to go anywhere close to, but then something happened that propelled me into it. Before we get to that, let's hear what these 14, 13, and 12-year-old boys allegedly did to a 12-year-old girl.
You know what? We're going to grab her. We're going to pull her over to the sofa in between this building. And you two are going to hold her hands while I take off her pants, her panties, and have sex with her. And not only that, but she's screaming for help.
The girl told detectives they stopped after they heard her father calling her name. The report also says another young person was with the group of boys and told detectives he did not participate or say anything because he was afraid of, quote, getting beat up.
All three boys are now charged criminally as adults.
Sir, you were arrested on serious charges. Actually, you were indicted by a grand jury.
Two of the boys were in court facing serious charges.
So you're 12 years old?
Yes. Yes, Your Honor. This is a very complicated matter.
And complicated.
So what forced my hand on this gruesome story? It was the family members of the suspects. First, the woman who is purportedly the auntie.
You been talking about you wanted to do this to me. You finna, do me like this. So I guess he got aggressive with her, and she was like, oh, no, I'm not finna do that. I'm not finna sleep with all of y'all. I'm only sleeping with him. So I guess whatever happened, while they was running the train on her.
But she's 12.
We're talking about a 12-year-old.
Your daughter ain't telling the truth. Your daughter only pressing charges because you forcing her to press charges. Your daughter was never a virgin before she got touched.
Oh, my.
I'm sorry you had to see that. Let's see what the father of one of the suspects has to say.
This is a 12-year-old boy we're talking about. We're going to leave him in jail and put a life charge on a young man, a young black man.
Sorry, bud. I don't think the race card is going to work on this one.
That was visiting Miami.
So when you think about it, guys, this is disturbing and troubling. Disturbing and troubling, guys. But what can we say? So that's the story for the day, guys. Like I said, happy Wednesday. I had to come and give you guys a live, quick and fast. At the end of the day, whenever you see this live, just remember to turn on your notification bell. And don't forget to like the video. And don't forget to subscribe. So when I come live, you guys could get the content first, second, or third. Nevertheless, guys, let's dive into some other things. And then I'm going to jump off of this live greatly. All right. So we also get to understand, guys, that there's a lot of things happening. Allegedly, we get to understand that Andre Steven end up in this kind of situation. We're not sure if these things are true. This is an allegation, allegedly on my part, but we get to know, say, Andre Stevenson end up in this situation of Kenneth Toddman Rawls, as in the offense, rape, and they claim that R.J. Stevens is a crime of sexual abuse in the first degree. So are those things true? You let me know in the comment section. Okay, guys? Fast and quick. Anyways, moving on. We also want to talk about a few other things that we want to talk about, and then I'm going to hop off of this live quick and fast. All right? We also get to understand, all right, that actress Jamie Lawson talk about the situation that happened the other day with the all of these things that happened the other day with the red carpet and stuff like that, that they were talking about how the man come out and shout the N-word and stuff like that. I don't know if you guys heard about it, but this a situation happened where two black actors were collecting an award, and a man claimed that he had some kind of sickness, and then he just jumped out of the blue and start to shout the nigger word, claimed that he's uncontrollable of saying certain things that comes out of his mouth, or certain things that trigger him off when it comes to that situation, so to speak, right? 1 second. So I am going to share what she had to say, and then I'm going to share the audio with you guys in a second, okay? So let's get to her for a second and share what she had to say, because at the end of the station, remember, she talked about the exploitation of all of these things that are happening in Hollywood and stuff like that, and people want me to look past it and think that this is not really out there in Hollywood and stuff like that. So let's listen to the audio, quick and fast.
Sinners star Jamie Lawson speaks out on BAFTA incident. That's exploitation. Just because you invite someone into a space, but you don't provide the necessary resources to keep them and everyone else in that room safe by them being there, that's not inclusivity, Lawson told THR on the NAACP Image Awards red carpet. Sinners actress Jamie Lawson candidly shared her thoughts on last weekend's incident at the BAFTA Awards while speaking with The Hollywood Reporter on the NAACP Image Awards red carpet last night. I'll first say a big shout out to Mike and Delroy. Let's continue to honor them for how they handled that in real time, Lawson said about Michael B. Jordan and Delroy Lindo having the N-word shouted at them by guest John Davidson, who has Tourette syndrome, while they were on stage to present at the British Awards ceremony. The grace and the dignity that they exercised and the whole home team, everybody that was out there really carried themselves well.
Seriously.
I think the events this weekend exposed a couple of things, Lawson continued.
Racism.
Institutionally, we still don't understand what inclusion means.
Yep.
Just because you invite someone into a space, but you don't provide the necessary resources to keep them and everyone else in that room safe by them being there.
Seriously.
That's not inclusivity. That's exploitation. That man's disability got exploited that night, and it led to multiple offenses, she said of Davidson. That's the BAFTA's fault. And then the BBC to air what they aired is careless, and not like some haphazard accident. A real lack of care was exercised for those two black men. She continued, and we know the BBC knows how to take care of what they care about because they censored a bunch of other words. They went so far as to make sure certain things...
You know the funniest thing? When a lot of people call out the N-word and call people the N-word, everybody push it on the carpet. Oh, it's nothing. But as soon as you say something about a Jew or something else, you're banished. Your money's gone. Your bank account is on a hold. And all of these things. But people nowadays days can blame the N-word on their sickness. Oh, the world we're living in. But nevertheless, let's continue. I'm sure you guys saw this nonsense.
Things weren't topics of conversation. They censored a Kenola Davies Jr. speech, the director of My Father's Shadow, which is an amazing film, by the way. So you censored one black man. You failed to protect two others, and our production designer, Hannah Beechler. You do not care for our dignity, our humanity. You want to celebrate our art, but you won't protect us.
Nope.
And that's why we celebrate sinners. That's why we celebrate Ryan Coogler. That's why we show up to the NAACP, because those are spaces where we felt safe, where we feel safe. During the NAACP Image Awards, one battle after another, star Regina Hall asked the audience to take a moment to show love to Jordan and Lindo, who then received a loud round of applause from attendees. Lindo also spoke out on the incident for the first time while taking the stage to present with Coogler, stating, "I'd just like to officially say, we appreciate all the support and love we have been shown in the aftermath of what happened last weekend. It means a lot to us," adding that the moment was a classic case of something that could be very negative becoming very positive.
So we're living in
We hope you enjoyed that.
Okay, so we're living in the age of 2026 where somebody Tourette syndrome can let them shout out the N-word. Oh, Jesus. So now we want to go to that incident for a minute and see if you guys remember what the incident was about, okay? So the incident is when the guys were collecting the award and stuff like that, all right? 1 second. Let's see if we could find it. All right. So let's see if we could see it just now. I don't want a copyright strike, so I'm gonna see if I could find it right here and see if that part shouted out. Okay.
When it comes to laundry,
1 second.
the choice
Mixing with the Hollywood elite instead is mired in controversy this morning. The BBC apologising to BAFTA viewers after several obscene outbursts from Tourette's activist John Davidson were heard on a broadcast. Davidson is the inspiration for the movie I Swear, which was nominated for 6 awards and took home the leading actor BAFTA. He was diagnosed with Tourette's syndrome at the age of 12. It's a neurological condition that can cause involuntary movements and vocal tics, sometimes involving outbursts of inappropriate language. One such outburst heard on the broadcast was while Sinners stars Michael B. Jordan and Delroy Lindo were on stage.
Delroy and I are delighted to be presenting the first BAFTA of the night for a vital part of movie making.
A racial slur could be heard while the men presented the award for Best Visual Effects. Jordan and Lindo looked startled, but continued on. host Alan Cumming, later asking the audience for their understanding.
You may have heard some strong and offensive language tonight. Tourette's syndrome is a disability, and the tics you've heard tonight are involuntary, which means the person who has Tourette's syndrome has no control over their language. We apologize if you were offended.
You're there. Could you imagine, guys? So that's what occurred that day. So that's why everybody's out here talking about it and saying, oh my, could you imagine? Oh my, could you imagine? So we're not surprised. We know that nowadays days the world is a dangerous world and a crazy world at times. And we know nowadays days people at times don't take accountability for their action. Sometimes they will blame it on mental illness, their disability, and all these things that they're out here and blame these things on. Nevertheless, people, mother seek justice for a hit and run little girl, and we're going to unpack that quick and fast, all right?
A Toronto mother reached out to us for this one. Her daughter was seared in a crash that happened right here at this intersection near Jane and Lawrence. She is now seeking answers and justice. So is it hard to come back here?
It's really hard. Even now, going out on the street, it's traumatizing.
Kenesha Douglas met us at the very spot her daughter was hit.
I know it was Halloween night.
It was Halloween night. Yeah, we just finished trick-or-treating.
This is her then 9-year-old daughter, Oriana, hours before it happened.
She was super excited. We run a few houses. We've probably been to all the houses over there. And she had a bag.
Then just before 8:30 p.m. that night, Oriana was with her mom at this pizza shop. She told her mom she wanted to cross Jane Street near John to say goodbye to her cousins who were leaving from this bus stop.
She came across the street to say bye to them. They took the bus, they left. She's coming back to me, and that's when everything happened. She was here waiting for the stop to come back to me over there.
Okay.
And when everything happened, I found her.
Kenesha did not witness her daughter being struck, finding her lying on the ground after being hit and thrown several feet. Her daughter was alert but has no memory of the vehicle that hit her.
She was in hospital for 4 days.
These are images taken shortly after she was hit. Her pelvis was fractured.
She had bruises to her forehead, her chin. Her front teeth are messed up a bit. She has a broken teeth. They're not in place.
Injuries her daughter is still recovering from. Last week, in fact, her first time back to school since it happened. As for the driver responsible,
they did not stop.
So what happened to the cameras?
You don't check on her. You don't know if she's alive. You don't know nothing about her. You just gone.
4 months later, Kenesha still searching for answers.
So what happened to the cameras?
Did police track down the suspect?
No, I don't know if they know, but I don't.
Speaker's Corner was able to find out more. Toronto police do, in fact, have a suspect, telling us a warrant has been issued for 34-year-old Kelvin.
So why didn't the mom knew about this all this time? So when black people come and make a report, you guys don't go back to them and say, this is what occurred. This was a hit and run. Weren't you not supposed to let the mom know? The mom had to find out from the news. So when the black community complain that police, most of the time, their allegations or their complaints fell on deaf ears, and this is one, because look into it. Oh.
Osai of Toronto. He's wanted for dangerous operation of a conveyance causing bodily harm and failing to stop at the scene of an accident. Police still searching for him. When asked, they said there was no photo available. Both police and especially Kenesha now pleading with anyone with information on his whereabouts to contact police.
I just need justice for my daughter. You hit her and you just left her.
Right.
That's what triggered me the most. Yeah. And now I don't know nothing about you. You're just disappearing from the planet. Like, she needs justice. She needs answers. She really does. Like, it affects her a lot. It affects her a lot.
If you have an issue, story, or question you'd like us to look into, reach out by visiting the Speaker's Corner tab on the city.
Oh, boy. So this is what it's happening, guys, and I had to come and hear that. So if you guys know anywhere about that guy who hit and run, then just call the police and leave your information under this channel or what have you. Anyways, guys, happy Wednesday. I just had to come in and pack that story with you guys greatly. And thank you guys for stopping by, and I'll catch you guys in the other one.